go see if it works. I'm not going to change nothing. I'm not going to edit nothing. I'm just going to pick up the camera. I am going to turn the camera around and I'm going to continue to talk. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to walk over here to my office and we're going to walk in and see what happens. Voila, look at that. Holy moly, the lights just all come on. Every light that I have for my office lights came on. All right, so you're venturing in or you're thinking about making a smart home. Where do you start? Of course, we have light bulbs. Light bulbs is normally everybody's first one, but my personal one that I believe that everyone should use for their first one is actually a thermostat like this Lux TQX right here. I already did a review on this one, but what's one of the things that some of these thermostats are actually missing? So just think about it. On one side of your house, you have your thermostat. Or on the other side of the house, well, your return air and how the air travels through the air is touching that thermostat. And what happens is if it's cooler on that side of the house by the thermostat, it's gonna kick off and you're still hot on the other side of the house. How do we combat that? So how you combat that, get rid of that problem is you gotta get little sensors. And if you have a sensor, say, on the other side of the house, then that sensor tells the thermostat when to turn on or what the temperature is on that side of the house. Or if somebody's in the room. These sensors do multiple smart things. Well, Lux did it again. They come out with a whole new one right here. As I was saying, this is by Lux. This is their new TQX. It has improved comfort with multi-room sensors, auto detection of occupants in the rooms, on-device scheduled learning, easy smart home integration, no Lux app needed. Full disclaimer, Lux did send this out to me to do a review on, but it's my thoughts and my thoughts alone. There's this one right here that they sent me out is the unit and one sensor. You can actually add up to 5 sensors. So when they reached out to me, I went ahead and asked them if we can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to be installing 5 sensors total. So they sent me 4 extra sensors plus the 1 sensor that comes with this. That way I can put it to the full test with all the sensors on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and open it up. When you open it up, you're greeted to the user manual. Got a little box right here. That's going to probably most likely be the sensor. Here is the thermostat right here. Everything on here. Got a little bitty accessory bag. Here is the back plate right here for the Lux. This is for whenever you install it on the wall. This is what it's going to go to. And then, of course, we get a back plate in here as well. When it's on the wall, it's going to look something like that right there. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the first sensor that comes with the kit. Gives you all kinds of install stuff. Again, go through your user manual. Manuel will be your best friend. You get little accessories for this as well. And then here is the sensor itself right here. So this is the sensor. You're going to put it in a corner of a room somewhere, up in the corner, which again, we'll do that here in a minute. And you want it to sense, you want it to be able to see anyone coming in the room, because this is like a motion sense, to sense everything and of course take the temperature of the room. So you want it at the furthest part of each room. And again, I'll go through the manual and see what the manual says, but normally you want these in the corner in the very back of your room. But you do get a couple of double-sided tape right here, so you can just stick it to the wall. Okay, but they also have the mounting right here where you don't, if you don't want to use the double-sided tape right here, maybe you have very textured walls and that double-sided tape just isn't going to stick on it. They do give you the install right here to actually install it. This right here will actually go onto your wall right here. That's where your screw goes. Let's go ahead and open up one of the other sensors. Again, it's going to be just a sensor, and these are going to go into each one of the rooms. So here we go right here. Again, the same thing that was just in the other box right there. It comes with the sensor, 2 double-sided tapes already on it, and then of course everything else in here to set it up. They also come with this little piece right here. This is actually a pet shield. So if you don't want the sensor always recognizing the animals walking around on the floor, you're going to put this right here on, and this is just going to go up like this right there. That way it's not detecting nothing on the floor or down below this point. All the motion will be up at the top, only detecting people that are walking. So make sure that you have it whenever you're installing it, you have it set up where it can detect everything in the room and just not your pet. So me, I had to put these on because I do have a cat and I don't want to catch that cat walking around on the floor and then adjusting the temperature just for the cat in the house. Okay, so another thing, this is Matter right here. So if you're like me and you want to make your own ecosystem and get into Home Assist, then this right here is what you want. You want Matter devices to go with your Home Assistant. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I will be going through and turning my home fully automated and fully Home Assist without having to have a Google and Alexa to control my home. Okay, so here's my living room. I'm gonna put a sensor roughly about right here up on the ceiling. That way it captures everything in here. Okay, here in the master, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put a sensor right up here on the wall. As far as the kitchen, I'm gonna put one right up here. In my office studio, I'm gonna put it right up here. And then here in my daughter's room, I'm gonna put it right up here. That way it captures everything in here. One of the first things you wanna do is you wanna go out to your breaker box and you wanna kill the breaker. That way you don't short nothing out. The first thing you need to do is you can kill your breaker, and then you're gonna take this right here off, because this is what's going to replace the new one. So once you do that, you take this off right here. And once you take that off right there, you're greeted with all your wires right there. So you got your C wire, your G wire, your Y wire, your red wire, and your white. So you got everything here. So what you can do is you don't want none of these to touch together because they can actually short out. So go ahead and go outside like I'm fixing to do. I'm going to go outside, I'm going to kill the breaker real quick, come back in here, and then we're going to get this all installed. The new back plate and the new thermostat. Okay, I turn the breaker box back on. What I'm going to do is come in here. Voila, it powered right on. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through the tutorial. And now it's going through calibration stages right now of each of these sensors. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run through this. Okay, so as of right now, the thermostat's up. Everything's working as far as the AC kicking on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into menu. I'm going to go ahead and go to sensor. Now, right now on the sensor, it shows just the thermostat here, and then it says add remote sensor. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add remote sensor, which is this one right here. So now on the sensors, there's this little button right here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold it down. As you see, it starts blinking. Okay, so now it asks what bedroom do you want this at? So I'm going to actually put study, since that is my office. I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. So now it says, do you want to add another sensor? I'm going to actually hit yes as well, and go to the next bedroom. So I'm going to rinse and repeat that until all 5 sensors are actually on this. Okay, so I've been playing around with this Lux thermostat for probably a good month now. So I started this video just before Christmas, and it is the new year now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've learned a few things about this, and this thing is just amazing. It's just amazing me more and more. The Lux group over there, the crew that runs over there at Lux, they are awesome. Their support team is, I mean, phenomenal. So you have problems, don't hesitate, reach out to them 100%. And I'm not just trying to upsell them. They really are. They have worked with me a little bit on this product review right here that I'm doing for them. But man, this thing is this thing has some endless features that I didn't even know that it even had. So I'm going to save some of y'all some trouble. If you're having a hard time connecting or having these sensors do certain things, one thing that I did wrong is in the thermostat itself, I connected everything to my Alexa through the Matter, and instead of connecting all the sensors first. So the first thing you want to do is, before you even connect this thing to Alexa whatsoever, is you want to go through the setup, set up all these right here. So what you do is you hold this little button right here down until it blinks, and then you get into the settings right here. See, before I was actually getting different temperatures and different humidities and everything else for all my sensors. So this thing's able to take up 5 different sensors. So I have one in the living room, one in the kitchen, one in bedroom 2, which is my daughter's room, and bedroom 1, which is the master bedroom, and then my study. And then the thermostat itself is actually its own humidity sensor as well. So now, saying that, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn this thing that I didn't even know, we're gonna turn this into a lighting automation. A lighting automation, 100%. So how I'm going to set this up is in my office. I have a bunch of lights in my office, and I got to turn them on here and there, and different lights for different things, right? So what I want the sensor to do is, when I open up my door in the morning and go into my office/studio, is as soon as the door opens up, I want the lights to turn on by themselves. I don't want to have to tell, Google or Alexa to do it. I want 100% automated. Open up the door, boom, they're on. You ever seen those closets? Whenever you open up the closet, the light automatically comes on. That's what I want to happen once I walk into my office. So not only can these things do that, but also take the temperature throughout the whole house and keep the whole house equilibrium 100% where it needs to be at. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the Alexa app, and I'm going to show you actually how to set that up. Okay, so I'm right here in front of my thermostat, and of course I have my phone opened up, but I'm going to keep it focused here. So here in the app itself, what we're going to do is, first we got to add the thermostat. So I've already disconnected it. I've taken everything off. All I did was connect the thermostat and connect all the sensors like I just told you before even connecting the app. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the app. We're going to go ahead and hit the little light bulb there at the bottom left, and we're going to add a new device. So add device, and now we're going to look for thermostat. Okay, go to thermostat. Lux is not in here, so you're going to choose other. In other, we're going to go ahead and choose matter. So now that we're here on matter, go back to your thermostat, go ahead and hit the 3 little lines at the bottom. Go to connectivity, which is the very first one. It has connectivity on it. Go ahead, and there is your matter code right there. So that's what it looks like. That's the matter code right there. But now back in the app, go ahead and hit yes. And then it says scan the QR code. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to scan it. Boom, there it is. It's scanned it. Go ahead and hit connect. So right now what it's going to do is looking for this throughout your Wi-Fi, because your phone's connected to the Wi-Fi, which is going to connect this all together. There it is, connecting to your device to the network. The matter QR code is going to disappear here in just a second. Okay, so now it's disappeared. So now you choose your time. So Eastern, Central, Mountain Time. I'm Central, so I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. Daylight savings time, I'm on auto. Go ahead and accept for your zip code. Okay, so all this is done, and now we have 7 devices found. If you did this before, it's only going to show 3 devices found. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. So now we have our first device, our first humidity sensor, our thermostat, living room, bedroom 2, bedroom 1, kitchen, and study. Okay, so study is a sensor. Kitchen is a sensor, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and the living room. Those all 3 are the little bitty sensors that I just showed. Then we have our thermostat, and the first humidity sensor is right here. First device is setting up for like security and stuff like that has to be implemented in order for this to work. So what we're going to do is I'm actually only going to set up the thermostat. So I'm going to click on thermostat, go hit next. So I'm actually going to name mine AC. I'm going to update my name. And where is this at? Where is it located? I'm actually in my hallway, so I'm actually gonna, there is one for hallway. I'm gonna click here. It says to make a group. I don't want to make a group. If I did, I would name it here. But my sensors are in different parts of the house, so I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit skip. So now AC is ready to be used. So if I wanted to tell Alexa to go ahead and turn AC to whatever temp, it will. All right, next one I'm gonna do is living room, or excuse me, first humidity sensor. So we're gonna go ahead and hit setup. We're gonna leave it as first humidity sensor. You can name it whatever you want. I'm leaving mine here at first humidity. I'm gonna update the name. I'm gonna go ahead and skip, because that is now the humidity sensor from this right here, from this point where my return air is coming in right here to this thermostat. It is detecting the humidity right here. So I'm gonna hit continue. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to living room, hit setup device, skip, and there again, I'm going to go ahead and go through all these. Okay, so if you see now, it says 8 devices are set up and ready to be used. So remember, we have the 5 satellites, the 5 satellite sensors, okay? And then this thing, the thermostat itself, is considered 3 on its own, built into the thermostat. So there's your 8 altogether. Go ahead and hit done. So now if I look here, now here's all my new things that I have that's added on here, and what, I can click on bedroom 1, no motion detection, because now we can create motion. If motion is in the room, the temperature drops, we can make automations now. So if y'all do notice, there is nothing in the background. So I'm just gonna have me on one side and I'm gonna put the phone on the other side of the screen. All right, so now what I wanna do is I wanna make me an automation for my office, like I was just saying this a little bit ago, and I want to be able to walk into my office and the lights just automatically come on when I go in there. And of course, if I leave the room for 10, 15 minutes or so, I can make an automation where if it doesn't detect nobody, that the lights will go back off. So after 2 hours is how I'll set mine up, then the lights will go off. So if something happened and I wound up going out and about and I forgot to turn off the lights, they'll automatically go off and I'm not wasting that electricity. And that's the goal with being smart home, is to have everything work to your advantage and what you need it to be. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let's go ahead and make our first automation, which is going to be those lights. Okay, so next up is in the app, if you look at the bottom left-hand side, you get the house, you get the light bulb, and the 3 little lines. Go ahead and click on the 3 little lines, and now you're going to see a list sitting here. So go ahead and click on routines. It's the 3rd one down on the left. So click routines. So now you have gallery routines and activities. We're going to go ahead and click routines, or your routines. So if you notice, I have no routines on here. So I want to go ahead and I want to create a routine. Now we have who it's for. Now, when do we create this? So when does the event start? So we're going to go ahead and hit add. So we're going to go ahead, you can automatically, just like me, you see presence detection. Well, this isn't an actual motion sense. It just has the capability of doing motion sense. So what we're going to click on is actually smart home. So click on your smart home. So now choose what you want. Well, I know the name for that is the study. So I'm going to come down here to study, which is called study room, and I'm going to choose my study room. Now you can select what you want. Do you want the humidity sensor to kick on? Do you want the temperature to value to reach a certain level? Or do you want motion? So you can create multiple routines off this one sensor, which is freaking phenomenal. I mean, I didn't even know about this. I thought it was literally just one part of the house just acclimates to the other part of the house. So they all work together. But anyways, let's go ahead and go to motion. So now, no detection motion. So if you just want to set this one up for no detection in there and it goes off, you can do that as well. But we're gonna actually detect for the lights to come on. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit detect. So when study room detects motion, the lights will automatically come on. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit next. When motion is detected, what's going to happen? So we go down to the next one, because now it says Alexa will do what? What is she going to do whenever it it's detecting that sensor, that motion on that sensor? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit add. Again, we're gonna choose smart home, because that's what we're doing. Well, I already have mine in a group named office. So that's what I'm gonna do on mine, is I'm just gonna go ahead and click here. So now I can choose what group that I already have designed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and choose office, lights, hit next, and now what do you want them to do? Do you want them to power, brightness, or set color? I mean, you can change, there's multiple things in here. Well, let's go ahead and just hit power. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to power on or power off? Of course, I want mine to power on, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit next. That routine is done, and I'm going to hit save. So now I have that routine. So are we ready to go see if it works? Let's go see if it works. I'm not going to change nothing. I'm not going to edit nothing. I'm just going to pick up the camera. I am going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to continue to talk. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to walk over here to my office, and we're going to walk in and see what happens. Voila, look at that. Holy moly, the lights just all come on. Every light that I have for my office lights came on. How cool is that? That is friggin' cool. And all of that was done because of this little sensor right here. So this sensor here detects the motion, it detects temperature, it detects humidity, all in this sensor right here. So this thing can do multiple things. So, I mean, if that can't get you excited about turning your home into a smart home, man, that's just crazy. I think that this actually is better than having smart blinds. I love my smart blinds. This is nice. This is, you know, tell her to open up the blinds or close the blinds or turn to close the blackouts on my smart blinds over there. This is this next level. So I am so ready. The new year here in 2026, I am really going to try to expand my horizons big time. If you've been part of my Smart Home Wednesdays, I've been talking about, you know, creating my own home assistant, and I am so ready for this to be part of my home assistant. I'm still trying to gather everything and get caught up on things. And of course, Christmas and New Year, spend time with my family. So don't forget to like and subscribe because I will be doing that. So 100%, man, Lux gives you everything that you need to get started. I mean, you get the one thermostat and you get the one sensor. I mean, to me, just one sensor would have been enough just to get an automation going. But to have that extra ability to add 4 more on top of it. So you can connect 5 of these little sensors right here, 5 of these. And then of course, this here is a sensor as well. So maybe your room is that you want to automate is right by your thermostat and you want it to turn on as you walk past your thermostat, or you want something to happen. Guess what? You can automate the thermostat as well. So when you walk past it, it will turn on the light. So, and yes, and I have tried it. So I actually set it up to the first humidity sensor, and whenever I would walk by it, my office would come on. So again, I've had, you know, 4 or 5 weeks to play around with this and actually learn a little bit about this device right here, which is this 100% flooring me away. And I can just imagine other devices that Lux is going to come out that are going to be compatible and all work within their ecosystem. Another thing that was really nice about Lux is they did put in a C-wire bridge right here. Do your diligence, do your research, but this goes up in your furnace. So every furnace does have a C-wire. Okay, 100%, every furnace has a C-wire on it, but not all homes are ran with a C-wire. I'll also leave a video link in the description down below where I show you how to actually install a full C-wire into your thermostat, so you make sure that you have it. Because the house that I'm living in right now, when I moved in here, did not have a C-wire, so I had to add a C-wire. So again, I'll leave that video in the link down in the description down below. So yes, Lux actually includes the bridge with it. Again, use your own, learn, do research, hire a professional if you need to hire a professional. I've actually been doing AC works a little over 20 years, here and there, off and on. It's, I guess, more of a hobby, if I had to say anything, but I did AC work whenever I was in my early teens for a few years. So I've been around the AC, and just watching the smartness get into the ACs has just been mind-blowing. It's just crazy. I'm ready to get into some more. I'm ready to get into some more smart things for the actual outside units of the AC. And these companies like Lux is making that possible for us to do. But 100%, you be the judge. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you think and what you think about that automation like that that's right there with thermostat. You know, most of the times when you're building your smart home, you have to buy separate sensors to put all around your house and do that. That's all they do. They're just a motion sensor. This here acts like a motion sensor, or has that ability of putting that motion sense in here and putting it into your smart home with the thermostat. Come on, you're getting more value here and less things that you have to hang and put around your home. So to have that ability to do that is 100 plus. So yeah, 100%, this thing is worth it here going or starting out 2026. This will probably be one of your very first best investments starting your smart home. 100%. Light bulbs are a dime a dozen these days, but to have this ability here and what Lux is offering, 100%. But I'm Thomas with Tomology. Go ahead and check out right here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave the C-wire. So if you don't have a C-wire, go ahead and check out this video right here. I'm going to leave it here. I'll also have that link in the description, but I'll leave that video right here if you need to learn how to put a C-wire in.